everyone having me here today. So let's begin with reciting the Namo Tassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Excellent One, the Worthy One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, thank you very much having me here today, and I really appreciate your time. So today we are going to discuss about this sutra, Chachaka Sutta. This sutta comes Majjhima Nikaya 148, and so first we have to go into the background of the sutra and understand. So especially when it comes to study sutras, like in our early ages, when we studied in schools with our senior monks, they gave certain tools how to get into the roots of the sutra. So I hope it may help all of you, because you study these sutras and you practicing this dharma. So the very first thing we have to understand that we have two different timelines. So we are far away from 2,600 years. Okay. So during Buddha's time, it had a completely different way of the background. And after that, today, we're living in a completely different background.
Can I translate now? Excuse me.
Yes, please. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. Ništa, pa dobrodošli svi još jednom od mene. Ništa, danas ćemo pričati, to jest monah će da priča malo na temu Sutta 148 koju smo mi proučavali u septembru. I ono što je njemu bitno je što je on učio ranije je da se dođe do srži sutra, ono što je stvarno bitno. I on je sad počeo od toga da treba sutra da se stavi odgovarajući vremenski koncept, da prvo shvatimo kako su stvari izgledale pre 2600 godina i kako izgledaju danas. I sad počet će prvo sa tim razgraničenjem te vremenske skale za početak. Continue.
And these sutras, in the beginning, it all memorized by the monks, and then it came the practice by orally. They used to chant, and that's how they used to preserve the sutras. So then by the time they start to write down it. So one thing is, we have to understand from the very first beginning, this preservation changed. And so today you can go to Google and find sutras, and there are many translations, and there are many ways people try to explain. So then you have to be it's kind of like you have to be very conscious. It's not like being careful. You have to be conscious when you take translations and explanations, and from where they come and what kind of background that translation have, and what is because the reason sometimes what we see today, when they try to translate sutras, they have certain ideas regarding the sutra. So what happened through the translation, they bring that idea to the translation. Okay.
Okay. Can I bring my idea now?
Yeah. So,
rekao je monah da je bitno da shvatimo da se prvih nekoliko vekova da su se sute prenosile sa usta na usta, odnosno i da su monasi pamtili te sute na pamet i da se sad da lako možemo da dođemo do sadržaja tih suta na raznim mestima, na sajtovima, na internetu.
So because of that, never into a kind of like an argument, because you saw in a sutra, it say like that. No? So that is...
Sorry, Dushka obviously have some problems with internet, so she is out at the moment. She didn't translate or... Hold on a second.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's okay.
My internet dropped, I guess.
So did you hear what I said?
No. Did you say something after I translate?
So we have to be very careful not to go into arguments, because you saw in a translation, this sutra say like this or like that.
Okay.
And
bitno je da ne ulazimo sad u neke rasprave zato što smo našli na jednom mjestu da vas sutra kaže nešto na jedan način, a ne na nekom drugom mjestu na drugom.
And if it is possible, you can bring different translations and see what exactly that the root meaning of the sutra.
I kada donesemo različite prevode, bitno je da možemo da shvatimo u stvari šta je osnova, šta je koren, srž značenja ove sutre.
So as monks, that's how we go into sutras.
I tako monasi sad posmatraju sutra.
Yeah, even it doesn't matter, even it say in the Tripitaka, in the original version, it doesn't matter. You know, sometimes we have to bring some other understanding and analyze what is the real meaning of the sutra. So in that way, you have to be always independent from your own point of view. That is the very important part. Okay, you can explain that.
Wow, thank you. Da, znači, nije čak ni toliko bitno sad da imamo tu neku izvornu informaciju koja dolazi direktno iz Tripitake. Bitno je da shvatimo da postoje te neki različiti prevodi, neka različita predubeđenja i da pokušamo da posmatramo stvarnu srž sute oslobođeni od tih nekih svojih predrasuda vezanih za nju samu.
So today as Buddhism, there are many parts like study, culture, traditions, meditation, so on like that.
Danas postoje neki različiti aspekti budizma koje možemo posmatrati. To su neki skolastični aspekt ili onda kao religija ili meditacija.
So out of this all, the very meaning of the Buddha's teaching, the understanding the reality of the truth.
Od toga je najbitnije to da značenje budinog učenja, to je razumevanje te istine.
And bring the transformation to yourself.
I da na taj način dovedemo do transformacije u nas sami.
So then, this is very important, okay? It doesn't matter whatever the culture, whatever the tradition, whatever the studies, whatever the meditation you practice. If you can't bring the change to yourself, it doesn't work.
Tako da uopšte u stvari nije bitno iz koje smo mi kulture, tradicije ili nivoa znanja ili meditacije dostali. ukoliko ne možemo da doprinesemo da dođe do te promene u nama, onda neće raditi.
So then when it comes to this sutra, that the importance of this sutra, when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, there are different kind of sutras, had conversation with others, and sometimes people came and had asked questions, and sometimes when the monks had arguments, so then the Buddha appeared and gave a solution. So like that, there are many different conversations we see as sutras. But this sutra is not kind of like that. The Buddha himself appeared, and without any question from anybody, without any invitation from anyone, Buddha himself delivered this sutra.
Kao što već znamo, čitajući sutra do sada, one su uglavnom zasnivali na tome da postoji neka diskusija između Bude ili nekoga, ili neki ljudi dolaze njemu, postavljaju pitanja, ili on rešava neki spor između monaha koji je nastao, pa tom prilikom daje neke savete. Ova sutra je jedinstvena po tome što se on pojavio bez ikakvog povoda i bez ikakvih pitanja i samo inicijativno je rešio da iznese ovo što je rekao u toj sutri.
So because of that reason, most of the followers or the monks and take this sutra as one of the important sutra, because it's really, it's a kind of like the Buddha's own, the idea or the intention, or it related to the real dharma, and it related to the real teachings of the Buddha.
I zbog toga sledbenici budizma i monasi smatraju da je ova sutra baš veoma neposredna u tom prenosu Budinog učenja i onoga što žele da iskažu sutri.
Another thing is, some other sutras applicable only in certain times and for certain people and certain situations. But this sutra applicable for any time, for anybody, and in everywhere.
I često se dešava da sutre budu veoma specifične, da rešavaju samo određeni problem, određenu situaciju za određene ljude. A ova sutra je veoma široka i može da bude primenljiva svima u svim situacijama i bilo gde.
So with that, this sutra mainly talk about this idea of self.
Ova sutra, kao što znamo, počinje i najviše govori o toj ideji soba.
And when it comes to our life, and still people look how this life happened.
I što se tiče našeg života, ljudi se dalje najviše pitaju kako je ovaj život nastao.
And even it doesn't matter how the science and the technology develop, still sometimes even for ourselves in day-to-day life, we have doubt, or maybe we look into some outside things.
I koliko god napredovala nauka ili filozofija, mi dalje u svakodnevnom životu pokušavamo da otkrijemo odgovor na to pitanje i gledamo sa strane negdje da nađemo to rješenje.
And sometimes we think there is somebody or something that help us to become like this.
I uvek mislimo da postoji neko drugi ili nešto drugo što nam je pomoglo da budemo ovo što je.
So like creator behind us.
Neki tvorac ili neko više biće iznad nas.
Or the God.
I Bog.
You know, and karma. And other thing is kind of like unknown reasons.
Ili neki nepoznati uzrok.
You know. But this sutra give a very clear cut, okay, how this life happens.
Ali ova sutra je veoma jasno pretekla i iskazala na to, ukazala na to kako život nastaje, kako se život odvija.
And it clearly explain the idea about the cause and effect.
I veoma su jasno objašnjeni ideje vezane za uzrok i posledicu.
Another way, the very brief and clear short version of dependent origination.
I u stvari ona je veoma kratka i jasna sažetak u stvari ideje o uslovnom nastajanju.
And it's about how this life happens to you like this way.
I govori o tome kako i zašto je ovaj život nastao baš vama i baš na ovaj način.
And when it comes to our life, we have doubts on why it happened to him, why she's like that. We ask that question sometimes, you know, and we ask sometimes why it happened to me like this. You know, we have that questions every day.
I u našem svakodnevnom životu stalno se pitamo zašto se stvari baš nama dešavaju baš ovako i na ovaj način i za sebe i za druge ljude. Imamo to pitanje svaki dan.
So this sutra give a very clear understanding and why things happen to us like this.
I ova sutra daje veoma jasno objašnjenje zašto se stvari dešavaju baš tako u našem životu.
And people have doubt when it comes to life, why people difference. You know, so this sutra give a clear understanding how people, you know, become different.
I mnogi ljudi se čude i pitaju zašto postoje tako velike razlike između drugih ljudi i u ovoj sutri također objašnjeno kako ljudi postaju međusobno različiti.
And when it comes to life, another thing is there is a part we can see and there is a part we can't see.
I što se tiče života, možemo da kažemo da postoji neki put, neka putanja kojom krećemo, koju možemo da vidimo i postoji put koji ne možemo da vidimo.
So all of you that see me and I can see all of you, that there is a picture and you can see me as monk and I can see you as you know, different people, but still there is a part in me I can see and there is a dark side inside me I can't see. You know, so all of you the same. You have a kind of like a character that you can see and there is a dark side inside you can't see.
I kao što on može da vidi sebe i sve nas trenutno na ovim slikama i može da vidi također i neki svoj put, neku svoju stranu, neki svoj karakter koji je veoma očigledan i njemu samom i nama. Tako i ona i mi isto imamo neku mračnu, neku tamnu stranu u nama koju ne možemo da vidimo.
When the day that you see your dark side, your transformation happen.
I onog dana kada budemo uspeli da otkrijemo našu mračnu stranu, tada će se desiti transformacija.
So that means you bring the change to yourself.
I tada ćemo doneti promenu u nama.
So that is why this sutra help us to bring that change.
I tako ova sutra u stvari pomaže nama da doprinesemo toj promeni.
So in this sutra it's talk about this our this human mechanism.
U ovoj sutri se govori o tom nekom mehanizmu funkcionisanja ljudi.
So when it comes to that mechanism, it talk about that Chachak. Chak. The word has different connotations or the meanings. No? So it says the 6 sets of the circles or the 6 sets of experience or the 6 sets of eyes. So Chakka, I give a little explanation, then you can translate. So Chakka, Cha means the 6, and the Chakka, and we can see the word, it's sometimes they explain as a circle, because that, as you know, Dhamma Chakka Pavattana Sutta. So according to that means Dhamma Chakka, in that place, the Chakka means the circle, rotation, you know. So that is one thing. And another thing is, in Pali, there is a word for the eye, it's called Chakku. So in that way, some try to explain this sutra as the 6 ways that you have to see, you know. So like that, there are different connotations for this sutra, but somehow it all talk about the everything regarding our life with eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind.
Okay. Ova suta je, zove se Čačaka suta i može da se prevede na više načina. I znači Ča znači 6 i sad Čaka može da se prevede kao krug. Pominjao u Dhamma Čaka sutu gde Čaka znači kao krug dame. A takođe može Čaku znači oči, tako da se može protumačiti kao oči, tako da ljudi tumače ovu sutu na različite načine, ili kao 6 ovih krugova nekih, ili kao 6 oči, odnosno načina na gledanje na stvari, ili kao nekih 6 vrsta iskustva.
And there is an argument in the world regarding the self. So during Buddha's time, and most of the religion based with the idea of self, and still today, we all try to believe there is something inside us, that the unchangeable, permanent, something inside us, we call it kind of like a soul, or the self, or I am, or kind of like that.
Postoji ta velika diskusija o tom pojmu sopstva u budizmu, jer svi volimo da verujemo da postoji nešto trajno i neprevenjivo u nama, kao što je neka duša ili to neko sopstvo, nešto što smatramo da smo mi.
So in this sutra, it's directly, it's not a kind of like a maybe or kind of like that. It's directly getting to the root point to tell there is no such a thing called permanent self or soul.
I ova sutra onako veoma direktno i bez nekog ulepšavanja nam govori da ne postoji ništa tako što je trajno, ništa što je naše sopstvo ili neka naša duša.
So in this sutra there is saying that we have 6 internal media and 6 external media. So internal media is our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind.
Da, i u ovoj suti kažu da postoji neki 6 internih medijuma, kako on kaže, i 6 eksternih medijuma. I 6 tih naših internih medijuma su naših 5 čula i naš um.
For external medias, we need eye object. So for the ear, we need ear object, the sound. For the nose, we need the nose object or the smell. For the tongue, we need tongue object or the taste. For the body, we need the body object or the sensation. For the mind, we need the mind object, which we call the thoughts. So that is the external media.
I ono što se može nazvati eksternim medijumima su u stvari one stvari koje mi osjećamo našim čulima. To su one stvari što vidimo, što čujemo, što osjetimo ukus, miris, nešto što možemo da dodirnemo, ali naravno naš čulo, naše guma su naše misli. To su ti kaže eksterni mediji.
So eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, 6, and then the eye object, ear object, nose object, tongue object, body object, mind object, and then the 6. So this eye and the eye object come together, bring eye consciousness.
Da, tako da kada postoje tih 6 unutrašnjih medijuma i 6 spoljašnjih medijuma, odnosno tih objekata koje mi percipiramo sa naših 6 čula, i ono kada se spoje naše čulo i objekat našeg čula, onda se javlja naša svest vezano za tu pojavu.
So in the original sutta, there is a word called paticca.
U originalnoj suti postoji ta reč koja se naziva paticca.
So that means two things bring together.
To znači da se dve odvojene stvari spajaju.
So that is the most important word in this sutra.
I to je najvažnija reč u ovoj sutra.
So these two things doesn't come, the experience not going to happen.
I ukoliko se te dve stvari ne spoje, ne povežu, onda se iskustvo neće desiti.
So when it comes to that, we have to understand the process that we go through, and with our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and then when two things come together with the object, what happened? The consciousness arise. So then there are 6 consciousness: eye consciousness, ear consciousness, nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, the body consciousness, and the mind consciousness.
I na ovaj način možemo da shvatimo da za svaku od ovih kategorija, znači je potrebno da se spoje te dve stvari, te spoljašnje i unutrašnje osnove, i onda se na taj način stvaraju 6 vrsta svesti. Tako da i svest isto postoji svest oka, uha, nosa, jezika, tela i svest uma.
So then out of that consciousness, the contacts, feelings arise. Contacts, feelings, and the craving arise.
I onda dalje u tom ciklusu uslovnog nastajanja iz te vrste svesti, sljedeća stvar što se stvaraju su kontakti, osjećaji i na kraju žulj.
So that contacts, there are 6 contacts and 6 feelings, 6 kind of classes of feelings, and 6 classes of cravings.
I analogno dosadašnjim poređenjima, znači javlja se 6 vrsta kontakta, 6 vrsta osjećaja i 6 vrsta žudnje, sve vezano sa naših 6 čula.
So that is all that happening inside us.
I to je sve što se dešava u nama.
So now is the most important that the part in the sutra, and so when this experience come to us, you know, the ordinary way, the feelings arise, you know, so experience come to us.
I sada dolazimo do najvažnijeg dela sutre, da u stvari shvatamo njenu poentu, to je šta se dešava kada mi iskusimo nešto i dolazi do osjećaja na kraju.
So I will summarize now. Okay, very brief way. So because everybody looking over, it's, sometimes can't, understand. So this is the thing, that the outside things, I have this I, so it come together. So then what happens? That I consciousness arise, and out of that I consciousness, contact arise, feelings arise, the cravings arise. So with the ear, the sound there, the ear here, and come together, then the ear consciousness arise, contact, feelings, craving. Nose, the aroma there, the nose here, come together, nose consciousness arise, and then out of that, the contact, feelings, craving arise. So the tongue here, the taste there, and come together, tongue consciousness arise, and the contacts, feelings, craving arise. So, and the body here, the sensation come, the body consciousness arise, and out of that, contact, body feeling, body craving arise. And the mind is here, and the thoughts come, then the mind consciousness arise, contacts, feelings, cravings arise. So now somehow, out of this all, we come to the place we call I experience the life. So that is the basic structure of this sutra in the beginning part. Okay, I hope it is clear for you, or if it is not, so you can ask, then we can make it, because without becoming clear for this point, we can't go to the next point. Okay, so if anybody have any question, you can ask.
Okay, I'll translate and then we will see if anyone has questions.
Okay.
On je u stvari sad rekao da se cijelo naše iskustvo života u stvari svodi na ovih 6 klasa i da je, znači, sve ono što vidimo, da se to poveže sa našim okom, da iz toga izlazi ta svijest oka, odatle ide kontakt, osjećaj i žudnja vezano za ono što smo vidjeli. Tako isto za svako čulo, znači za neki miris, poveže se s našim čulom mirisa i to onda ide dalje u svijest, kontakt, osjećaj i žudnju. Isto važi i za zvuk, ukus, dodir i naravno za misli, znači misli izazivaju u nama, znači dolaze do našeg uma, stvaraju svijest, zatim dalje kontakt, osjećaj i žudnju. I on kaže da je veoma bitno da to shvatimo, da se cijela naše iskustvo života u stvari svodi na te kategorije i da je bitno da shvatimo to na pravi način i ukoliko nekome nešto nije jasno ili ima neko pitanje vezano za ovo, da pita sada, pošto je ovo jako bitno da shvatimo pre nego što krenemo na sljedeću stavku koja je bitna u ovoj sutri. Tako da ako nekome nije jasno nešto vezano za ovo, može da pita sad.
So all good? Okay. Okay. So the thing is, for ordinary person, when they see something or when they hear, smell, taste, feel, they take it as I am.
On kaže da prosječna osoba u svakodnevnom životu kada nešto iskusi u vidu nekog mirisa ili pogledom iskusi nešto ili nešto čuje, ljudi misle da kada su to iskusili da je to ono što oni jesu u stvari, to iskustvo.
But now you know that whatever experience come to you, it come as a process, not as a whole.
A sada, ako smo shvatili ovo sve što smo do sada pominjali, jasno nam je da ta iskustva dolaze kao jedan proces, ne kao neka celina koja nam samo bane.
So when we experience something, that experience bring us the feelings.
Kada nešto iskusimo, to iskustvo na kraju dovodi do osjećaja.
There are 3 feelings. like, dislike, neutral.
I postoje 3 vrste osjećaja, sviđanje, nesviđanje i neutralno.
So when it comes to world, so whatever we experience with our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, there are things we like, there are things we dislike, there are neutral things. More than that, there's nothing.
I da sve ono što iskusimo u realnom životu u svijetu može da se svrsta u tih, kažemo, 18 kategorija. Znači za svako od naših čula možemo da iskusimo nešto što nam se sviđa, nešto što nam se ne sviđa i nešto o čemu smo neutralni.
So when we see something, if it is nice, if it is beautiful, if it is pleasant, so that we say that it is good for us, or we say it is kind of like blessings or the merits, and we say it's a kind of like a good life.
I kada vidimo nešto dobro, nešto lepo, mislimo da nam to donosi neko dobro iskustvo i kažemo da je to neki blagoslov i da nam donosi nešto dobro u našem životu.
So to see or hear or smell, taste, feel, whatever you like, you have to have merits.
I da bismo iskusili očima, ušima ili nosom nešto što nam se sviđa, mi moramo da imamo neke dobrobiti toga.
So the merits mean whatever you have done in your past as a good thing. So we call the good karma.
I te dobrobiti su ono što smo radili u prošlosti i što sad je doprinelo da mi sad imamo dobru karmu.
So when you have good karma, you can see good things, you can hear good things, you can smell good things, and eat good things. And so what we call the good, you can have a good life.
I kad imamo dobru karmu, onda će nam i doći tako da možemo da iskusimo sve te lepe stvari, da mirišemo lepe stvari, da jedemo lepe stvari i onda ćemo imati dobar život.
So you have to be very careful. Today you're going to get enlightened, okay?
Tako da moramo da budemo pažljivi da se danas slučajno ne prosvetli.
So now you know everybody in the world look for a good life. Nothing wrong with that.
Sad znamo u stvari da svi na ovom svetu traže neki način da imaju dobar život i s tim nema ništa loše.
So even as Buddhists, you know, kind of like a spiritual followers, everybody like to do good things.
I čak i kao budisti, tako ljudi koji su duhovni, i oni isto vole da doživljavaju lepe stvari, da rade lepe stvari.
They do good things with the intention to experience the good things.
I onda ti ljudi čine dobra dela, dobre stvari sa namerom da posle toga iskuse lepe stvari, dobre stvari.
So now when you see, hear, smell, taste, feel something good, what happens? It trigger, oh, I like it.
I sada kada osjetimo našim čulom nešto lepo ili dobro, ono što se desi da se nama javi taj osjećaj, da nam se to sviđa.
It ignite, you know, it trigger the greed inside us.
I ta reakcija obično pokrene pohlepu u nama.
So what we that don't get, we call it kind of like a bad karma, you know.
I kad ne dobijemo to što nam se sviđa, onda mi to zovemo lošim karmom.
It's kind of like we say, you know, unprofitable life.
Da, neki neprofitabilan život.
So all the suffering, you know, and sadness, worry, disappointment, that everything come when we don't get things
Da,
what we want.
I ta patnja i tuga, mučenje koje imamo u životu desi se kada ne dobijemo te stvari koje smo želeli.
So it trigger the anger.
I to onda pokrene bijesu. No?
So now see, with the merits, we have a good life. When we have it, it triggers the greed. And when we don't get it, we have the anger, it triggers the hatred.
Da, i tako da ako činimo dobra dela i onda vidimo te neke stvari koje bismo i dalje želeli preko toga, onda se to pokrene da pohlepa i onda kad ne dobijemo te druge stvari koje smo još želeli, posle ta pohlepa dovodi do ljutnje, odnosno bes. I posle toga
and
mržnje.
all the neutral things doesn't affect for us to ignite the greed or the hatred, trigger the ignorance.
A sve ono neutralne stvari koje ne dovode do stvaranja pohlepe do mržnje na kraju, one dovode do neznanja.
So now you can see, and out of our own good activities, how we maximize our own journey.
I sada vidimo da samo našim dobrim aktivnostima možemo da napravimo maksimum od našeg trenutnog puta na kome se nalazi.
So that is why in Buddhism, in the early Buddhism, it says, doing good doesn't mean you gain wisdom.
Zato se u ranom budizmu kaže da samo činiti dobra dela ne podrazumeva se da ćemo steći mudrost.
And doing good not enough for you to get out of the suffering.
I činiti dobro nije samo dovoljno za nas da izađemo iz tog ciklusa patnje.
For this all you need, because doing good also can trigger the burning process of samsara, and it can trigger the greed, hatred, and the delusion. And that's why you need a very special tool for this to recognize.
Da, jer čineći dobra dela možemo posle toga da očekujemo nešto za uzvrat, što onda pokreće taj ciklus pohlepe, mržnje i obmanutosti. Tako da nam treba jedan poseban alat pomoću koga možemo da optimizujemo ono što činimo dobro, da nam se vrati na pravi način.
That is what the Buddha gave to us.
I to je ono što nam je Buddha dao, taj alat.
And before that, there no one talk about it.
I pre njega niko nije govorio na taj način.
Everybody was trying to do good, or maybe try to not to do the bad things, or try to escape from life. That is what they used to do.
Pre toga su ljudi pokušavali da rade i dobre stvari, ili su makar pokušavali da ne rade loše stvari, ili su samo pokušavali da izbegnu sve životne probleme.
So now we have to understand, doing good or becoming better ourselves, not going to enough, and resisting or getting angry or going away from things doesn't work, and just thinking, this anything is not, I don't want, or kind of like that, voiding from things is not enough for this all to get out of suffering, because that all part of the suffering.
I sada mi znamo da u stvari nije dovoljno samo da radimo dobra dela, jer i to isto može da nas dovede u taj ciklus mržnje, obmanutosti i zablude, a takođe nije dovoljno ni da se nekako ogradimo od svih problema i da izbjegavamo bilo kakav kontakt sa bilo kim, zato što i to isto dovodi do patnje.
So before we go into other part, that what the Buddha gave, that what is the tool and how we can develop it, I hope that you all and understand so far in this. So if anybody have any questions, so we can have some time and get, because we have to go step. Now we came to 2 steps, okay? The very first step, how with our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, with eye object, ear object, nose object, body object, mind object, and with the 6 consciousness, and with the 6 contacts, 6 feelings, and 6 craving, how we build up the life. And out of that experience, we come to have feelings, and there are 3 feelings, that the good feelings, bad feelings, neutral feelings. So when we have good feelings, it triggers the desire or the cravingness. And when we have bad feelings, it triggers the anger or the resistance. And when we have the neutral feelings, it triggers the ignorance. That means the very sleepy mood. Let it be, kind of like that mood. So in that way, now we understand that whatever we experience, that experience itself not help us to get out of this suffering or this life or this existence. Okay, that those are the 2 steps that we came. So if anybody have any question, okay, just forget about I'm a monk or kind of like that. You have to just think like we are like friends, okay? Like just imagine you have a very personal problem, so then you could talk to your friends. So you have to talk like that, otherwise you can't get this done. Don't think I'm a monk or kind of like, no, you know, just, you know, if you have something, oh, I don't understand how it happened. So kind of like that. If there's something, we have to be very clear to get into next part.
Mi smo sad završili, znači ovaj drugi deo, drugu stepenicu ove sute. U prvoj stepenici smo obrađivali ovih 6 čula i kako od njih nastaje i 6 tih osnova i kako od njih nastaje 6 vrsta svesti, kontakt, osjećaje, žudnji. I u ovom drugom delu smo pričali o tome sad kada iskusimo nešto, kako to stvara 3 vrste osjećaja, osjećanja kada nam se nešto sviđa, ne sviđa ili neutralno, i kako u stvari i sva ta iskustva nisu dovoljna da mi izađemo iz tog ciklusa patnje, jer i ova dobra i ta lepa iskustva, nešto nam se sviđa i ovo što nam se ne sviđa, mogu da dovedu do neke pohlepe, odnosno do neke ljutnje, i na kraju ove neutralne stvari mogu da dovedu do tako neke pasivnosti, odnosno neznanja. I sad je jako bitno da mi sad ovo se shvatimo da bismo prešli na ovaj 3. deo sutra, gde se u stvari objašnjava to rešenje, šta je ono što nam fali da bismo uspeli da koristimo najbolje od onog dobrog što činimo. Tako da je monah zamolio da ukoliko neko ima bilo kakva pitanja, ne samo kao monahu, nego i kao čoveku, neki realan problem ili bilo šta vezano za ovu temu, da slobodno pitamo sada pre nego što pređemo na 3. deo.
So, okay, hope everybody clear, okay? So, and now we know doing good is not enough, you know, and blaming to karma or not to do things is not enough. So what is this special tool that Buddha gave to us to get out of the suffering? Because that is the main mission when it comes to Buddha, you know. So that is what called mindfulness.
I sada znamo da samo čineći dobro nije dovoljno i da ne možemo sve da okrivimo na karmu, i da je potrebno u stvari da shvatimo taj alat koji nam je Buddha dao, da možemo da iskoristimo na najbolji način sve ono dobro što činimo, i taj alat je u stvari mindfulness, odnosno svesnost.
So the mindfulness is that another way we call the awareness, that it's all about what you experience in the moment.
I svesni se u stvari tiče onoga što iskušavamo u ovom trenutku.
So that is what called reality experience.
To je u stvari to iskustvo stvarnosti.
So the moment you recognize by you exactly as it is.
I to je ta pojava da prepoznamo ovaj trenutak u vremenu baš onakvim kakav je.
So now, when it comes to your moment of experience, all it related to your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. So what happens here, when you become mindful regarding your own experience, you're going to see something. You never saw it before.
I bitno je da osvestimo stvarnost preko svih naših 6 čula i kada to budemo uspeli da uradimo, moći ćemo i da vidimo neke stvari koje ranije nismo mogli da vidimo.
So why you never saw it before? Because you were looking something else. And because of that, you didn't see this.
I primetit ćemo da te stvari koje ranije nismo videli da smo gledali u nešto drugo. I onda smo propustili dosta toga.
So because of that, you misunderstood.
I samim tim smo i pogrešno razumeli stvarnosti neke stvari.
So you means here, the people used to be before the Buddha.
I to je sad odnosi na ljude koji su bili pre Bude.
And we also the same like that.
I mi smo tako to isto vidjeli.
We used to look for the good and we were planning to get out of what we don't like. And we allow things that if something didn't bother to us, we just said it is okay.
I mi smo ranije samo tražili dobre stvari i pokušavali da izbegnemo loše stvari i kada najdemo na nešto neutralno, onda kažemo to je u redu.
So we didn't see what we experience.
I nismo u stvari gledali i spoznavali šta je to što iskušavamo.
So in the mindfulness, it gives the place for us to observe what we experience. And when you see it very closely, what you see is change.
I ono što nam svesnost pruža je da možemo da veoma detaljno osvestimo šta nam se dešava u ovom trenutku. I kada se to desi, primetit ćemo da se ono što vidimo i što primećujemo u stvari promenilo.
So if you become mindful to what you experience with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind, and if you can see it very closely and see how it changes, you're not going to hold it to it.
I ono što nam pruža svesnost je kada naučimo da posmatramo na taj način stvari koje iskušavamo svaki dan preko naših očiju, ušiju, nosa, jezika, dodira i uma. Onda ćemo moći da realno osmotrimo stvari te naše senzacije i nećemo biti vezani za njih.
So if you see that the experience change, you're not going to claim it as you.
I kada vidimo da se naše iskustvo menja, onda nećemo tvrditi da je to iskustvo u stvari ono što smo mi.
If you see how the experience change, that the seeing will bring the ability to not to have the craving.
I kada primetimo stvari kako se iskustva menjaju, ta nevezanost prema njima će nas sprečiti da nas se nama stvori žudnja.
So now you become mindful with your eye and you see your experience and you see it change, and that if you see it change and then there is no craving arise out of what you experience through your eye.
I sada kada vidimo nešto, kada nešto iskusimo preko našeg oka i posmatramo tu pojavu i čak i kada se ona promeni, nećemo imati nikakvu žudnju za tim što je bilo ranije i za tom pojavom koju smo iskusili našim očima.
And when you see that it changed, you don't claim that what you see through your eye as you.
I kada nešto vidimo našim očima, kada iskusimo putem našeg vida, znaćemo da to nije nešto što smo mi, zato što smo bili svesni toga kako se i kada promenilo.
And same thing with your ear, nose, tongue, body and mind, that all 6 senses.
I to isto važi za svih 6 čula, za naš nos, uho, jezik, telo i um.
So now you experience things, but you don't claim it as you because you see it all change.
I sada mi možemo da iskusimo stvari, ali ne tvrdimo da su ta iskustva ono što smo mi, jer smo bili svesni trenutka kada su se one promenile.
If you don't hold it to a thing, there is nothing to let go.
I kada nismo vezani za te stvari koje se dešavaju i koje iskušavamo, onda nemamo ništa da pustimo, da otpustimo.
So that's mean you become free from the moment of experience.
I to znači da se onda oslobodimo samog tog trenutka iskušavanja stvari.
That moment of freedom is your liberation.
I taj trenutak slobode od tog iskustva je u stvari naše oslobođenje.
Because you not build up the self or the I am out of your own experience.
I tada ćemo prestati da gradimo naše sopstvo, samo da prestanemo da ga posmatramo da je sačinjeno samo od naših iskustava.
So in the past, what we experience, we used to hold as that all as me.
Ranije smo posmatrali da je sve ono što smo iskusili u našem životu, da je to ono što smo mi.
So it came, it's kind of like we build up huge current of habitual pattern, to think like that way.
I potrebno je bilo jako dugo da se naprave neki obrasci, neki šabloni tog načina razmišljanja, da stalno pravimo neka nova iskustva, da bismo obogatili.
That inside that current we call habits, it's stronger than what we think.
I ta struja tih navika koje smo stvarali tokom naših života, ona na kraju postane jača nego ono što stvarno mislim.
So the thing is, your thinking mind also part of that current.
I naš um i način na koji razmišljamo je u stvari također isto deo te struje koja nas nosi.
So that's why don't take your thinking mind as your wisdom.
I zato ne treba da naš um koji razmišlja smatramo da je to naša mudrost.
Because it's the leader of the thieves. You can't get help.
Jer on je u stvari vođa tih nekih lopova i od njega ne možemo da dobijemo pomoć.
But there is a more stronger policeman or the inspector you have.
Ali postoji
your thoughts.
Postoji jedan policajac ili inspektor koji je jači od svih njih i jači od tih naših misli.
You trust your thoughts, because of that you don't see the inspector or the skillful watcher that you have.
I kada verujemo samo našim mislima, odnosno tom lopovu, ne vidimo tog inspektora, odnosno tog nekog iskusnog posmatrača koga posjedujemo.
That inspector is your awareness.
I taj inspektor je u stvari naša svesnost.
So then, when rather than go with your habitual patterns or repetition, just be mindful. be aware with the moment of experience.
Tako da umjesto da podlegnemo tim nekim šablonima i nekim obrascima koje smo navikli da se ponašamo i način na koji razmišljamo, treba samo da budemo svesni, da budemo zajedno u trenutku sa našim iskustvom.
So maybe you had the repetition eons by eons, from your previous lives, and it's so stronger. But this moment of experience, this moment of awareness, that is stronger than all the previous habitual patterns or the currents.
I čak ako imamo neke šablone i obrasce koje ponavljamo onima iz naših prethodnih života koji su veoma jaki u nama, ukoliko uspemo da osvestimo taj trenutak svesnosti ovdje i sada, to će biti jače od svih tih obrazaca i šablona.
And this ability, this strongest, the power you can have as only human being.
I ta moć, ta sposobnost je nešto što možemo da razvijemo samo kao ljudska bića.
So that's why you all are fortunate, because you have the most strong and powerful ability than your own history in this very moment.
I zato treba da budemo veoma srećni što smo sad preporođeni kao ljudi i što baš u ovom trenutku imamo tu izuzetnu sposobnost i moć da baš možemo sad da osvestimo ovaj trenutak.
Sometimes when you open the refrigerator, they are very healthy, food. But sometimes you take very junk food and eat. But it is there. You can see you are the one who brought it. Okay, it's in it. The only thing you have just change the 1 inch, 2 inch your hand and change your intention. It's there, but we don't take it. We just take whatever the candy or the sweet things, or maybe your doctors, they are told don't do this. Maybe there is a glass of water. That entire this universe. All the scientists look the just drop of water in this entire universe. Other planets, but maybe you go and take a beer and drink. You don't appreciate the whole water. So like that, even though we have this greater ability within us, sometimes we just go with our la land thoughts.
I on kaže da iako imamo tu veliku jaku sposobnost u nama da osvestimo svaki trenutak i da donosimo pravu odluku, desi nam se da se jednostavno prepustimo tim nekim našim običajima i nekim tim površnim mislima. I dao je primjer frižidera, kada otvorimo frižider i kada imamo u njemu i neku veoma zdravu hranu i neku lošu hranu, slatkiše ili pivo i mi znamo da smo kupili jedno i drugo i da treba samo da se zaustavimo u trenutku i da donesemo pravu odluku za ono što želimo da učinimo u tom trenutku. Tako da desi nam se često da se povučemo za tim nekim šablonima i obrascima i da u stvari ne koristimo taj naš moćni alat.
So then remember that when it comes to our life, there is no such even our experience, there is no such a permanent, unchangeable, immortal experience happen inside us. That all moment by moment change.
I bitno je da shvatimo da što se tiče našeg života ne postoji ništa trajno i nepromenljivo u našem iskustvu našeg života, da se svakog trenutka u trenutak sve menja.
So if you are capable to see that and you not hold into the idea of I am.
Iako smo u mogućnosti to da osvestimo, onda nećemo verovati u tu ideju sopstvenu.
So to get into this wisdom, you have only one way.
Da bismo došli do te mudrosti, postoji samo jedan način.
So don't try to look different ways.
I ne treba da lutamo, da tražimo neke druge načine i objašnjenja.
You will never find.
Nećemo ih nikad naći.
All the Buddhas went through only this way.
Sve Bude su samo došle do mudrosti na taj jedan način.
And no any other living beings can recognize this.
I nijedno drugo biće ne može to da prepozna.
Only the human beings can recognize this.
Samo ljudska bića mogu da dođu do te spoznaje.
And there is nothing beyond this understanding.
I ne postoji ništa više, ništa iznad tog razumevanja.
And this is the only thing that you have to get.
I to je jedina stvar koju treba razumeti.
So then what is that method? Awareness. It has to practice by a human being, by your own practice. You have to get into this wisdom.
I tu svesnost treba da vežbamo i možemo je vežbati jedino kao ljudska bića i samo to praksom svesnosti možemo doći do mudrosti.
So develop the mindfulness. In the sutras, in the Satipatthana Sutra, the Buddha, Ekayano ayam maggo satipatthana. There is no any other way. This is the only way. So develop the mindfulness.
I Buda u sutama kaže da je to jedini način da razvijamo našu svest.
You are the only one can do it.
I mi smo jedini koji to možemo da uradimo.
And in this very lifetime.
I to čak u ovom životu, u ovom životnom svijetu.
And it is not about something beyond you. Don't look at outside things.
I to nije ništa što se nalazi van nas i ne treba da tražimo rješenje nigde osim u nama.
Focus to your own feelings and see what is happening there.
Treba samo da se fokusiramo na naše sopstvene osjećanje i da vidimo šta se dešava tu u tom trenutku.
And finally, don't trust your mind.
I na kraju ne treba da verujemo našim umom.
So that will give entry to liberation.
I na taj način ćemo omogućiti sebi ulaz u oslobođenje.
So this is the complete summary of the sutra.
To je ukratko sažetak ove sutre.
So
it's great.
So is there any question or you can ask anything?
Yes. Ili ima neko pitanje?
Yes.
Irena.
Thank you, Bhante, so much. And it's very good way you explain things. And it's when you speak, it seems so clear and so easy. And just we're going to step up and do it. And you made the sutta look so clear. Thank you for that. But when I recollect my experiences, let's say, in a 6 of 6 and said it's always like a complete mess in the head from other sensations, senses, thoughts, everything. It's very difficult to see one thing from another. It's like pops up all the simultaneously with thoughts and feelings and cravings and angers. And so how do you, I see that mindfulness would be a way, but how do you advise to get a little bit hold on this explosion of stuff? And
so that's a very good question. Okay. Irena?
Yes, Irena.
Okay. Yeah, so that's a very good question. So this is the thing. When it comes to everything is like that. Okay, the whole of our life is like that. That there are many sutras that one advice that what the Buddha gave is when it comes to the normally for meditation, one of the important thing we have to do inside our mind, we have to kind of like slow down, okay, and we have to get you. That's why the important thing with this sutra, what you can do, you no need to focus to that all the 6 things or the 36 things, okay. Just try a little bit focus to one thing and stay with that, okay. Be very clear. As example, that with your eye, and just recognize only with the eye. Don't go with your ear, nose, tongue, body, mind like that way, and master it. Master, only with your eye. That the eye object, eye consciousness, and I contact, I feelings, I craving. Just be very clear with that. Get the one object and master it. Or maybe you can get the ear, the sound, the ear consciousness, and how just be familiar with the mechanism, okay? And little by little, rather than becoming more and more and faster, inside when you observe, learn to slow down, and in a certain level, that in that slow down mood, come to kind of like a place to stop, even no movements. That is what called the tranquility state, and that is where you can see this very clearly. It's like more than the running person, the sitting person can see. Okay, so like that, in this busy world, when everything moves around us, okay, even our mind also start to go with that movement. We can't see this anything. Okay, so learn to internally try to slow down, calm down, take some rest and relax, and deeply, thoroughly, and observe slowly, and observe only one thing. And then once you get it clear, okay, you will apply it to everybody, everything. Just as example, with the COVID, okay, and see that when they build up the vaccine, okay, so they take only kind of like a little part of that virus, and they observe it, and they build up the antidote for that virus. Only one virus. And once they build up that, what happened? They apply it to entire world. Okay?
I see.
So that's why in the beginning, no need to, that busyness, that complicity is always there with us. That is why this is, we need practice a little bit. Calm down. In the calm down means not this outside, the internally. We have to be more slow, calm down, to come to stop mood. And then it's going to be very clear. Then you see, you come to the place that it's called wow moment.
I'll let you follow up on that. Thank you.
Yeah, you will get there. It's for sure, Yeah. Is there any other question?
Looks like there are no questions for the moment. Stvarno niko ništa nema da pita. Ok. Vasilije. There you go.
Yes. Okay. we read in Sutta about observing impermanence of 6 kind of internal sense base. For example, impermanence of eye, impermanence of ear, etc. Can you give us advice how to observe impermanence of mind, for example?
So that actually if you look very carefully your own life, okay, that whatever the decisions we took deeper inside our own personal life, talking to ourselves didn't work. Okay. So in this very moment, whatever you take, any decisions, that wisdom you should have, it's not going to work for you tomorrow. How you should know that? Because in the past, whatever you thought, it didn't work for you. So don't bound to, no need to bound to, that the thoughts. That's the looking at your, this is the thing. We have, when it comes to dharma, you get the courage, you get the strength to go in deeper into you and be naked to yourself, not to look into outside worlds. That's why even in the Western it's called know thyself. Know who you are. That's the most powerful thing. So when it comes to dharma, that's why that the feelings or the recognition or the understanding regarding ourselves is the most difficult part. So then look into your, don't look into even, whatever the theories or the outside that the teachings that whatever say. Look into your own life, look into your own mind. And then you will see whatever happening in your mind is not responsible for you. When the day you understand that, you don't care about it. So there is something called gut feelings. Gut feelings is not the thoughts. So gut feelings is beyond the thoughts. As example, there are situations that's why it's called the feelings. It's not, it doesn't say gut thoughts. The gut feelings, the very connotation came from that, the root level of awareness. That's how the gut feelings came. It's feeling. So that is what we all talk today. So your feeling trigger, the desire, your feeling trigger, the anger, your feeling trigger, the neutral things, that all the emotions depend on your feelings. Okay. Gut feelings, not the thoughts. If you're not responsive, if you are not respond to your thoughts, you are capable to see the gut feelings, or you have access to gut feelings. So the gut feelings come out of deeper understanding or the awareness. So that means what you feel. But the thing is, in day-to-day life, as example, I like this cup, and when I saw this, oh, I like it, so that's my mind, I go with it. But my gut feeling said, don't get it, don't get it. It may come only one moment, but I didn't hear that. Because why? I am so busy, I am so thrust, I am so with the mind. And then I bought this. And when I came home, I understood there is a hole underneath, and then I knew something wrong, but I didn't recognize. So like that, when it comes to that, most of the time, why we get into difficulties? Because of our own mind. We are the responsible for our own difficulties, failures, unhappiness, sadness, worry, because our mind, we follow our mind. And if you look into your own mind, you will see that thoughts came and you react to that, and that thought disappeared. That thought not responsible for you today, but you have to go with whatever the circumstances today, that whatever you have, you can't say, no, I don't, I don't need anymore. No, because there are certain situations come. Sometimes we have no U-turns in our life. We have to move forward. So, but sometimes thoughts come and say, okay, you go for it. Don't worry, you go for it. It's our own thoughts. But after that, it disappears. So look into your own life, then you will see whatever the things come to your mind, it all disappeared. So that's why when it comes to meditation, awareness, that practicing will give ability to see or understand what we experience is a moment of experience, and it will come to a different level in this very moment. So this is what you have to look into deeper into your mind, that sometimes in that we have the culture, tradition, the religion and believing system, most of things on the top of our mind that is governed. Those are the things that hold us. So if you look into that, most of the knowledge that what you have, it is not you understood by you. Maybe you read a book and then you take it as you. Maybe you heard something, then you took it as you. So like that, maybe you saw somewhere and then you thought, oh, that's good. And then you took it as you. So little bit go backward and see what is in your mind, from where it came. And there is a sutta called Na Tumha Ka Sutta. If it is not yours, okay, don't hold it to it. Okay. So maybe you watch a movie, it's a very nice, beautiful, and maybe it's kind of like, and related to your life. Maybe you end up the movie, you say, oh, that movie is for me, that message is for me. But be careful, because that movie directed and created by some other people with some other ideas. Don't claim it as yours, because if you claim it as yours, you hold it to someone else's ideas. Okay? So whatever in your mind, when a situation, in this very kind of like this, it is very easy for us to understand. But the very important thing, in your life, some days will come for you. Your life going to become very hard, very difficult, that all the odds come against you and everything go wrong. In that day, if you have ability to not to hold it to that what your mind say, you're going to win. Okay? Good?
Thank you.
No, thank you. So is there any other question?
Hoćemo probati u snimku da prevedemo i da stavimo na YouTube kad budemo okačili snimak predavanja.
Super.
Ima li još neko pitanje? looks like there are no more questions. Okay, there is Željko, sorry. Izvolite, Željko.
Moraš da se unmute, Željko.
Je li sad u redu? Je li se čujemo?
Čuje se, Željko.
Hvala. Prije svega želio bih da se zahvalim monahu na ovom divnom predavanju i objašnjenju ove sute koju smo radili. U toku izlaganja monah je pomenuo mračnu stranu ličnosti. Da li i ono što utiče na naše ponašanje, a da mi toga nismo svjesni i da nemamo, da kažem, snage ili moći da osvijestimo taj dio uticaja na naše ponašanje. Da li je to identično sa ovim terminima prikrivenih sklonosti koje se spominju u onom drugom dijelu sute? To bi bilo moje pitanje.
Ću pokušati da prevedem. So I will try to translate the question. So he thanks you for your explanation of the sutta, and he asked about the dark side of people that you mentioned at the beginning. And is it something that somehow interferes with our behavior, and is it connected with those patterns and habits that we have in some way? How do you explain the connection between the dark side and the...
Yeah, that's a very good question. Okay. And so when it comes to dark side, in the past, we build up certain kind of habitual patterns. And as a result of that habitual pattern, we became someone. We don't know who is that person. You know? So as example, in the previous life, and I had a situation, and then I became angry, and out of anger that I had the hatred regarding someone. So I want to get the revenge. So that revenge is a kind of like a deeper dark side in me.
Can I translate that?
Yeah.
On kaže da postoji ta povezanost između tih nekih šablona i navika iz prošlih života i da to ostane u nama kao neki deo čega nismo svesni. I kaže da se usled nekih ranijih trenutaka i u prošlim životima i u našem životu kada se u nama stvarila neki bes ili ljutnja ili mržnja, da je to stvaralo u nama još dalje neke dublje šablone i tu neku mračnu stranu koju mi nismo svesni.
So then that anger, that hatred can take me to a certain place, even I don't know.
I ta ljutnja, ta mržnja može da nas odvede na neko mesto koje mi sami ne poznajemo.
And it can make my journey sometimes so beautiful and sometimes, a lot of fun, but I don't see. It take me to get the revenge.
Da, i nekad putovanje na koje to mračno mesto može da nas odvede, može da bude i zabavno i lepo, a u stvari nismo ni svesni da nas to vodi na nekom putu ka nekoj osveti, nečemu drugom negativno.
So it's a dark side mean our old version of us.
Ta mračna strana u stvari predstavlja neku staru verziju nas.
So that's why knowing who you are is the important thing. When it comes to meditation, there is another connotation for the meditation is called purification of mind.
I zato je bitno da budemo svesni onoga ko smo sada. I što se tiče meditacije, postoji ta jedna praksa u meditaciji koja se zove pročišćavanje uma.
So that purification means that we purify from our unknown parts of our mind related to greed, hatred, and the delusion.
I na taj način se oslobađamo od tih nekih nepoznatih mračnih delova u našem umu koje su stvoreni usred mržnje i zablude.
And in the world, most of the bad things not visible.
I u svetu većina loših stvari nije tako očigledno vidljivo.
When it comes to this Zoom meeting, look at the Buddha statue, all the flowers and this, beautiful thing. I'm not showing you the bad things to you.
I ovo što možemo da vidimo sad tu oko njega, to Budina statua i to cvijeće koje se nalazi iza njega, to deluje se tako lepo i šareno, a on u stvari ne pokazuje se ono s druge strane.
So, like, when a visitor come to you straight away, sometimes somebody call your friend, maybe after a long time, call on the way, hey, within 10 minutes, I'm going to be there, are you at home? Sometimes people call like that, So in case if somebody come like that, what we do, maybe we hide all the bad things here and there, and no one can see. Okay? Tell him.
That doesn't happen here. I have dogs. I kaže da kao kada se desi, kada nam se neko najavi da dolazi za 10 minuta kod nas i mi onda imamo potrebu da sklonimo sve što je neružno ili neugledno u našem domu, da se ne vidi ni da sakrijemo, da bude nevidljivo.
Same thing happen inside our mind also.
To se isto dešava i u našem umu. Da imamo potrebu da skrijemo sve što nije lepo.
So meditation means that all the things you hide under the bed, under the table, and that everything you take out and make it very crystal clear. That's meditation.
I ono što nam meditacija pruža u stvari način da sve ono što smo sakrili negdje ispod kreveta ili u neku ostavu da ne bude vidljivo, da to izbacimo na videlo i da se bude jasno i čisto.
To do that, you have to be so strong.
I da bismo to radili, moramo da budemo baš jasni.
Sometimes when you clean your house, sometimes your husband or wife or, children come and tell, oh, you no need this, throw it away. You say, no, keep it there. You never use it, But, to throw that unnecessary things is you have to be so strong. You can't do that, You look at this world, the one of the major important problem is in the world, this, that waste, human waste, and all the junk things, even at home ourselves, it is very difficult for us to get out of these unnecessary things. So if you have ability to go into your mind, and even when it comes to, day-to-day activities, whenever you're going to do something, even, TV is there, computer is here, cell phone is here. And sometimes if you go into the very deeper and see, do you really want this? You will see, you will see. But sometimes we don't have that. We just go, when somebody, let's go for let's go. If you look into yourself and ask, do you really want that? For you, do you, it's for 100%. Is it really matter for you end of the day? You will see, no. There are a lot of things. We don't care, We just try to go with the flow. We go with the, we go with the current. That is what we have to tackle. It's not easy. But if you have to be so smart to do that. You can tell him.
Oh, I wish I knew how to do it myself. Bitno je da shvatimo isto kao kada čistimo kuću od svih stvari koje su nam nepotrebne. To je u stvari jako teško jer smo tako vezani i sve mislimo da će nam nekada trebati. I isto kao što treba velika snaga da bacimo neku stvar i pored tog problema, tog svog đubreta koje čovečanstvo pravi u današnje vreme, tog konzumerizma i svega, treba da osvestimo stvari šta su te stvari koje nam stvarno trebaju i čega treba da se rešimo. Tako isto i u našem umu treba da osvestimo te stvari koje su nam stvarno bitne i što treba da zadržimo, a šta je ono u stvari čega treba da se rešimo. I onda tako da se ponašamo svaki dan. I to je jako teško. Treba biti baš jak.
Ok. Good.
Ok. Ima li neko još nešto? Ili da se zahvalimo na odvojenom vremenu i zaista divnom predavanju i sjajnim uvidima. Okay, it seems no one else will ask anything, so I would like to thank you for coming here today and giving this wonderful speech, which was really interesting and profound, and I hope helpful for all of us. And we hope we're going to see you again.
Okay, so thank you very much for having me, and I really appreciate all of you. I hope you learned something. So by the power of the soul activities, may all of you stay healthy and safe. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of liberation and happiness as soon as possible. And also may all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. And I had this opportunity because of our Sakyadita Nun, so I transfer the merits to her also and wish you all the best for each and everyone. Bless you. Okay.
Thank you, Bhante.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Sakyadita, also, yes. And I wish you good day. I think it's day.
Yeah.
We have day ahead of you. We have night. So for the rest of the people, good night.
Okay,
and
good night, everyone. Okay, bless you.
Good day. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Dobro, hvala vam svima. Vidimo se.